Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. Once a year, NATO holds drills, a nuclear response drill, because NATO is still living in the 1950s, basically. And, but under normal circumstances, that's fine. It's, doesn't really mean a whole heck of a lot. NATO had their way. They'd probably still be telling children to, crawl under their desk or something. In the 1980s, the Army was still teaching us that if we were in a foxhole and there was a nuclear blast, to assume this position with our crouched down with our heads between our legs to protect our vital organs, and taught us about the fact that there is an initial blast and then a return shockwave. Our response to that was, crouch down, put your head between your legs, and kiss your ass goodbye, because it's all over. What they were actually telling us to do was, if there was a nuclear blast, to be ready to, after the blast waves had passed, to continue fighting. Fighting for what? Anyway. So, under normal circumstances, it's fine. No harm, no foul. It's a waste of time. But these are not normal circumstances. Scott Ritter pointed out that in 1983 they held some kind of drill like this in NATO, and they didn't notify Russia that they were doing this, so Russia didn't know it was a freaking drill. And we almost went to nuclear war as a result of the drills. If they conduct these drills, nothing better go up in the air. Nothing. I mean, if a freaking helium balloon goes up and winds up, going into Russian airspace, it could all be over. What does it take for a nuclear conflagration to occur? A faulty radar blip, with the radio traffic that is going on. There is no difference between what is a drill and what would be reality. Russia does know that this is going to be happening, but trust me, they are with the rhetoric coming from the West, they are going to be on absolute high alert, watching for anything heading their direction. Any indication that this may not be a drill. So, anyone with any common sense would probably think, maybe we should put this off this year, considering the tensions that are going on. But no, NATO Chief Jens Stoltenberg, like I said, still living in the 50s, he announces that it's still going to go on. All right, so as of this time, there are dueling offensives that are going on between both Russia and Ukraine are on the offensive at this point. It has been announced that Ukraine had amassed 60,000 troops along the line of contact with Kherson. So let me go to the map here. All right, so here is Kherson down here, and so they had amassed 60,000 troops over here. And you can see this. This is saying there are clashes. The blue is, pardon me, movements by Ukraine. So they're trying to, invade the Kherson region here. And it says that there are clashes going on. And, well, what are the responses going on here? It's absolutely hilarious looking at the conflicting information that Ukraine puts out here. Up here, all right, so Russia shelled over 30 settlements across the front line. All right, then they say here, Russia conducted 6 missile strikes, 30 airstrikes, and 40 shellings with MLRS in settlements across Ukraine. All right, let me zoom out here. And, okay, where do you see strikes going on here? Okay, this is about evidence of an electronic attack. There was an explosion reported in the Kiev region. So all the strikes that you see, all the red strikes, those are missiles and shelling. That's missile and shelling by Russia. That's not across Ukraine. The front line is not across Ukraine. All the strikes that are happening, and Putin said that there is no more need for massive strikes across the country. They've knocked out 30% of the electrical capacity for the country, and reports have said that Russia also struck 20 arms depots across Ukraine. So they're kind of knocking out a lot of stuff here. All right, so anyway, there are also reports that Russian forces have been evacuating the civilian population of the Kherson region. And so they are just preparing for anything that Ukraine may be trying to do. But with all the airstrikes and shelling going on, they're trying to head that off before it begins. Once you amass that many troops and equipment in a concentrated region, they're just an easier target. All right, so let's go up here and take a look at this. These little rifles here, it says the Ukrainian military repelled Russian attacks. But all of these little rifles here, that indicates a Russian offensive. They are on the move. And if you zoom in here, there is indications that Russia has been taking more territory. This is all, they are moving forward. So that means the last report I heard was that Putin said that 220,000 of the 300,000 are already, draftees are already in the Donbass region. Now, they have to go through different levels of training to coordinate with their respective commands for that region. But a lot of them have already gone through that, and they're already hitting the front lines. Not all of them are frontline troops. There are different specialties. You've got, mechanics that are not likely to be completely up on the front lines. If something gets damaged, it gets towed back so that you can repair it. You've got medics. You've got electronic warfare specialists in the region, and so forth and so on. But yeah, they are moving forward. They have taken areas, ground in these regions which were previously under Ukraine control just last week. All right, this is an interesting one. Where the heck am I? I might have to zoom out to get to it. Okay. Oh, here it is. All right. Fire at oil depot in Belgorod region. This is in Russia. So Ukrainian troops are shelling an oil depot inside Russia. Why? Why would they be doing that? And here they got this thing, trying to impose a blackout. Well, that's not defensive if it's not even at the front line. That's not defensive. What are you trying to do here? They're also they've also said that at Belgorod there was the remains of an S-400 projectile at Belgorod. Well, the S-400, they make it sound like Russia was bombing their own city. No, the S-400 is an anti-missile system. So they were trying to bombing a city in Ukraine was bombing a city in Russia. Yeah, you're going to have an anti-missile projectile, which, and if it's the remains of an anti-missile projectile, that means that it actually knocked something out, and But anyway, let's see. So it was announced that Germany actually, that Ukraine actually received one anti-missile system from Germany. Again, it has a capacity of 6 missiles before reloading. One. And it's the first of 4. The other 3 aren't supposed to be there until sometime next year. How much good does one anti-missile launcher actually do? Not a whole heck of a lot. And then there was a video from Russian forces, the Ministry of Defense, that came out that said, it claimed that it was a Russian strike on an air defense launcher that they're claiming. Was it the same one? Who knows? But I already explained in one of my last videos how you can overwhelm this system. If it can launch 6 projectiles and you launch 20 drones against it, well, it's gone. That's it. It can only hit 6. Anti-missile systems are supposed to be a layered and interconnected system. you've got to have short range, intermediate range, and long range for it to be effective. You've got radar systems, command centers, launchers, and, anti-missile guns, etc. And you can't have it just all in one place either. Sure, you can protect Kiev, but what good is that doing the forces on the front line in, Kherson or Kiev or Kharkov, or even the people in western Ukraine, in Lviv, that have had their electricity knocked out? If you're only concentrating that stuff in one area, then it does absolutely no good except for that one concentrated area. They have a lack, if they really throw 60,000 troops into the breach, even if they manage to take the Kherson region, which would mean Russia would retreat tactically, which that is an important region. This is one region where I do not believe that Russian forces are actually going to retreat, because this is an important region. But if they do, then it's going to be for a very good reason, to protect the land bridge to Crimea. That's going to be the point. They may pull back maybe to this line, but I don't believe that they're going to retreat from here. I do not believe that they will do so. And we have no idea how many Russian forces are in this area. But it is highly unlikely that they are going to retreat from this line. Again, I think we need to have peace talks. But if they throw 60,000 troops into the breach this time, this is their absolute last offensive. This is the last ditch effort by Ukraine. This is throwing all they've got into one last effort. And this is comparable to the Russian Dardanelles offensive, which was their last ditch effort to try and take regions they knew that they were going to lose. And so they just tried to take as much territory before holding negotiations for their surrender, and it failed. It absolutely failed. They lost hundreds of thousands of troops in the effort, and it was useless. It was pointless. They already knew they had lost, and that's what's happening here. You cannot, without NATO actually moving in directly, you cannot pump all this, any more equipment or anything in there. That's it. They're done for with this, and they will kill tens of thousands of their own people in the effort to try and gain more footage, more. You just move the lines on the map. Europe and Americans are tired of this. We don't want more money going over there. We don't want more weapons going over there. We don't want the increased risk of winding up in a nuclear confrontation. We do not want this. Tulsi Gabbard withdrew from the Democratic Party. You heard Tucker Carlson talking about all this money that we're sending to Ukraine, and everyone is sick and tired of it. This is not gaining any more support for the Democrats. It is getting more opposition to the Democrats. They have sealed their own fate in this. We give hundreds of millions, billions, tens of billions of dollars to Ukraine, and we cannot help our own people, or our government will not help our own people. It is time for peace talks. Stop the spending, stop the killing, stop the suffering, sit down and talk. All right, share this video, talk about these subjects. If you can afford it, please donate whatever you can to help expand this channel and my presidential campaign, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.